you guys? Kensei Subs here and welcome back to another video. Now today guys, we got a very special video. Today we are reviewing the one and only Cobra Kai Season 5. This is my spoiler review and I enjoyed it and I cannot wait to get into this review with you guys. It was such a treat. It was so exciting. It was there was so much hype. It was incredible. But before we get started, I'd like to say thank you for all the support this far. Don't forget to check out my podcast, Los Sabranias. Podcast link will be in the description below, or my channel banner and all my socials. You can find them anywhere, including this video, and I will be recommending, of course, like always, other videos and little title cards at the top right or left corner. Now, so yeah, let's get started. Now, Season 5, what did I think about it? I absolutely loved it. I thought it was just so great, and you know, we get so many awesome surprises in this season that I just absolutely love. I'm going to tell you not necessarily where I rank it, but if it's up there towards the end of the vlog, sorry, not the vlog, the review, because to be honest, I don't know where I would put this season out of the 5 that we have right now. So I'm going to tell you if it's up there later. Now, overall, I love the overall the different in tone in the season. I really liked. It's a step back and it's a lot more darker to what we're usually used to. Up until this season, Season 3 was the most, you know, violent and the most dark. But now that Season 4, now that Season 5 is out, this one definitely takes the cake, I'd say, in terms of darkness and gruesome and like violence. Season 5 is up there now. And Season 3 would be number 2. But, you know, still Season 3 great with Hawk, you know, breaking Dimitri's arm and all that stuff. Just the crazy storylines with the tone shift. So yeah, I really love that about this season. Now, to start the spoilers in terms of the story. Now, where do we leave off at? To recap Season 4, you know, Terry and Kreese and Cobra Kai win the All Valley tournament, making Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang lose. So the beginning of this season, you know, Terry starting off with opening all the Cobra Kai dojos after he framed Kreese, putting him in jail after he framed Kreese for beating up Stingray. So this is where we're at right now, and this is where we start the beginning of this incredible season. And you know, Silver Terry, he's got the moolah. You know, these dojos look super pimped out and everything and like super rich, and it's something that we've never seen in the terms of likeness in Cobra Kai. Like there's just so much like extra stuff compared to Kreese's and Johnny's Cobra Kai because of the money. And so yeah, so I thought like the overall dojos, the colors and everything, I thought that was really cool. And then obviously Miguel has left to Mexico, you know, to find his dad, trying to figure out him and everything. And Sam, you know, trying to see if she's still worth it in this karate like world, if she should even fight anymore, and then all these awesome characters to come. So that's basically where we start. And overall, like I said, to begin with it, now that we established the Terry stuff, the Miguel stuff, I absolutely loved in Mexico for the most part, but I would say two episodes were the Mexico storyline. I would say that it was a little bit too short. It was only 2 episodes. I would have thought they would have done at least 3, honestly. And the overall conclusion on what we get, it's worth it. You know, I think it's very emotional. Shola Maridoña, aka Miguel, he did an awesome job, you know, taking on that scene and the emotion that came with it. So there was a plus right there. And we do get to find out who his dad is, and his name is Hector Salazar, and he runs like some type of like gang business in Mexico. They don't exactly say that, but the way he's talking about it, you know, it's pretty obvious. Like that's where he gets majority of his money from. And we see him, you know, he doesn't start off bad at first, because, you know, Carmen was saying he was a bad man, and that's the little twist that they like to do with this, because when we first meet him, oh yeah, you know, he's happy, you know, he's moved on, he has another family, a kid, but it wasn't his kid, it was his wife's, you know, past marriage kid. So he was basically the stepdad, and, you know, like he's just moved on, and, you know, he's a super nice guy. But then starting in episode 2, you know, we get to see those changes on like what really happens. So I thought that, ooh, like the phase, like the twist, I thought that was super cool, and the actor did a good job. I don't know his name, but I know he's also from Narcos, another Netflix show that I hear is really good. I'm gonna have to check it out one day. But yeah, props. Anyway, but yeah, I just feel like if it had one more episode, making 3 episodes, it could have been like pinpoint better than what we got. But for the most part, I'd say that, you know, it was pretty good. It was okay. At the end, we got the rewarding. I was shocked that at the end, okay, so at the end, Miguel does not reveal that, you know, hey, like Hector, like he does not reveal that he's his son. And that's most likely best for the most part, because, you know, he's a criminal and everything, and who knows like what he would do to Miguel to like for that to take advantage. So it's probably for the best part that he didn't tell him. But yeah, overall, I thought it was great. I just wish we could have gotten more of it. Now, move on to the next thing. Obviously, since Johnny and Robbie went on to get him, I thought that was really good, showing that Johnny, you know, this may be your birth dad, but your true father is coming to get you. So, and the scene at the end, very rewarding. We really get to see that. So yeah, overall, pretty good. Now, next thing, guys, next topic. Sam trying to find herself, you know, she gets to do some soul searching at the beginning with the all black room that we've seen in the teaser, fighting Dark Sam. So yeah, that's basically her arc this season, to see if she's still worth fighting in this karate war. And you really get to see that pop off. I know a lot of people don't like Sam, and I was one of those people, but in terms of like annoyingness or whatever, or like, you know, being annoying to the fans, I'd say this season was definitely her best one in terms of not causing problems. She did a little bit of things to me that was all like, really, like, okay. And it was like one phone call scene with Miguel when he was still in Mexico and he was calling her. So yeah, but other than that, I'd say for the most part, she's really matured. And obviously Mary Mauser, she does a great job as Sam. And yeah, you know, guys, separate the actor and the character, because Mary, she does get a lot of hate in real life for playing this character, and, you know, just separate like the art, you know, for like from the person. All right. So, but yeah, overall, good job. Now to move on, Hawk and Dimitri. Now Hawk, of course, you know, coming off the All Valley tournament in season 4, he's the champ, but he is kind of sidelined. I feel like Hawk fans are going to be disappointed a little bit in this season. And I was a little bit too, because other than being the champ, he doesn't really have a lot to do. And same for Dimitri. They both kind of get sidelined, but I am super happy because in episode 3, Miguel, Dimitri, and Hawk, they are a duo once again, giving me season 1 vibes. And I really like that. I'm so glad we got to see more of them. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I hope they get to do more with their character in season 6. Because, you know, it's just, I think like he barely got 10 minutes, and I know we're balancing all these characters and everything, but that was just really weird to me. But outside of that, Jacob, Bertrand, and Gianni Vincenzo, they do great as Hawk, aka Eli, and Dimitri. So props to them. Next one, we got Tori and Robbie. Of course, Tori being the other All Valley champion on the girls division, being paid off for her champ win by Terry. Obviously, he paid the ref, so she's also struggling if she should still stay in Cobra Kai, which she does, but it's revealed she's a spy a little bit for Kreese to like know his master plan, which I did not see coming. So realistically, she didn't want to stay at all. So I was all like, wow, like she was just doing this just for Kreese for the most part. So I thought that was a pretty cool twist. And then we got Robbie, and then Robbie, obviously, like I said, there's a lot of fatherhood in this story, and this smashes together with Miguel and Robbie rivalry, because obviously there's a lot of fatherhood in this show, and you really get to see that with Robbie's character. I think instantly right off the bat with the Mexico storyline, you get to see Johnny and Robbie have more of a connection together, and I thought that was really cool. So good job, Tanner Buchanan, really awesome, and William Zabka, aka Johnny, amazing job. But yeah, I really liked Robbie in this season. Him and Johnny, they have a bigger, relationship than ever in this season. So it was just really cool to see them finally come together. But yeah, overall, props to those two characters. And like I said, to mash in with the Miguel and Robbie rivalry, you really get to see that unfold where they finally fight it out in that awesome fight. And that was just really cool to see. And Miguel, spoiler, does end up being the winner of that fight, sparing Robbie at the top of the second floor. And I knew, like everybody else, I knew instantly they were going to go upstairs when they showed that fight in the teaser. I was like, there's no way they're not going to go upstairs. But I loved the rage that we got to see in Miguel, and his scream gave me chills. And it was just really cool and mature, and really maturing of him to see him make the right choice, sparing Robbie. And after that fight, that's what brings them together. But most of all, what brings them together is right after that fight, of course, Johnny announces that he is pregnant. Actually, that sounded a little weird. Sorry. Carmen is pregnant, obviously, with Johnny's kid. And so that's what really makes them be all like, that's awesome. And I didn't even expect them to react that way. I thought they weren't going to like it. So good job. And I'm really glad that's what overall made them also come together, other than their fight and them apologizing to each other. And that moves on to Johnny. I really love Johnny's storyline in this season. With the fatherhood pieces of the show, you get to see that a lot with his storyline and his character in this season. You get to see him go back and forth with Robbie, trying to juggle, Carmen being pregnant and everything, training for a baby. I thought those scenes were really funny, especially Carmen's dream sequence, having to do with Top Gun. And the overall references too were hilarious. The Top Gun ones and the Rocky ones, great, pretty good, eye-catching for most old school 80s fans that are fans of those movies. So yeah, I really like those Easter eggs. But yeah, this is definitely Johnny's, I'd say, best season. This is basically everyone's best season in terms of character development and just seeing your overall characters and actors smashing their roles and having a good time, which leads to Daniel. Daniel, I probably enjoyed out of all 5 seasons. He was probably my favorite out of every single time every single time that you get to see him in the show. Season 5, Daniel, he goes to the darker side of things with Chosen, and I think that's really cool. And you get to see them unfold with the Terry plan and them come together, which I heard apparently a lot of people somewhat didn't like, because obviously, yes, they go a step overboard with interfering and thinking that this big Terry plan is too much to kind of make some dumb decisions, which is how Mike Barnes comes into the play. And it was really cool to see Sean Kanan again. Good job, bro. Hope there's definitely some more season 6, some more storyline for him in season 6. I think he's definitely going to be coming back. But yeah, so I thought Daniel was really great. Obviously, we got to see more of the dark side territory of things. So that was really awesome, having somewhat more anger. And Ralph Macchio just brings it in, especially with the fights and the emotion. Definitely, especially with the silver fights, amazing. The first one and the second one, but the first one got me by surprise, especially too when Silver dislocated his arm. That really took me off guard. But yeah, overall, good job, Ralph Macchio, the one and only Karate Kid. And that leads to also Chosen, the badass himself, Yuji Okamoto. I love this character. Everybody loves Chosen Taguchi, played by Yuji, and he just does such a good job. He was definitely, I'd say, a fan favorite, probably right next to Terry Silver and Mike Barnes in terms of like characters clashing into each other, and you get to see them duel it out. And he's just so cool at everything that he does. And the fight with Terry and him was just super cool and had everybody panicking, including me, because at first you think that Chosen dies with the sword when Terry slashes him with the sword. But at the end of the season, he ends up being okay. But I really thought he died, and that really did scare me. So yeah, props to that. Good job, Chosen. I love this character, and I hope you get to see more of him because it was just so cool seeing him as a series regular. And then what was also very shocking to me in terms of, all right, another spoiler, obviously, characters coming back. It was really, really cool to see Jessica Andrews from Karate Kid 3, and lo and behold, her and Amanda are cousins, so that's how Daniel met Amanda, through Jessica. So I did not see them being related. I thought that was very, very cool, and seeing her from, Karate Kid 3 till now was really awesome. So thanks to Mike and Jessica returning this season. We basically got all the OGs from the movies here in the show, except Julie Pierce, aka the next Karate Kid, played by Hilary Swank. Or Swank, my bad. And I definitely think she might be in season 6. We'll have to see. But yeah, there's definitely some room there. I'd say they're definitely gonna bring her in. So overall, I thought this season was great. The fights were great. The brutalness was great. The characters were great. And the soundtrack. The soundtrack this season was definitely a plus, guys. I don't know if it's released yet officially, but when it does release, I'm going to give that a listening to, because, that soundtrack, definitely something else, guys. But yeah, overall, it's just an amazing, amazing season. This is still, very bingeable, watchable television from beginning to end. You think you want to take a break and stop on an episode, but when an ending happens, you just want to keep on going forward and see what's going to happen next. And I think that's what makes a show really, really good, when it has you, locked into its universe or world, and you just keep going and you end up binging it all in under like 5 hours. So I love that. It's still very bingeable television. So awesome and so great. I cannot wait for season 6. So cool that they were able to give us 2 seasons in the span of 9 months. Season 6 is definitely going to take a little bit longer, especially with John, the Big Three, filming their new show Obliterator, which apparently ends production in November, and then they'll get to season 6 writing, last time I heard. So we probably won't get season 6 till 2023 of December, or at the earliest, or maybe like 2024 February, but we're definitely going to go back, I'd say, to the winter release dates, which is perfectly fine. I don't want them to rush anything, but overall, thank you. This was such a treat, and it was so amazing, and I'm going to be watching this over and over and over again. But overall, guys, where season 5 comes in my ranking of categories and everything in terms of all seasons, you know what? I thought long and hard about this from the last few days that the season has been released, and I really don't know where I would put this season. I'd say it's definitely up there, but I like all the seasons. I think they, in turn, begin to get better and better, but in terms of all of them at the same time, I don't know where I would place this, but season 5, I'd say, would definitely probably in my top 3, I'd say, because like I said, it gets better and better and even better. So that's what I really love about this show. It was so amazing and everything. All the actors did well, thank you to the directors, John Josh Hayden, Sholo, William, Ralph, Tanner, Jacob, Martin Coe. Oh yes, Martin Coe. Props to Kreese. I loved his storyline with that incredible CGI model and him getting out, framing, everybody, taking the doctors off guard with the jello, which is weird because when you try to explain the season 5 finale without context, you could say jello. Jello was a pretty big deal in this season. So pretty cool. I cannot wait to see where Kreese goes, because he's out and he's most likely on the run. So that's overall super, super cool. And he might take over Cobra Kai again now that Terry is in jail. And, like the cop said, his lawyers are going to be busy. So I just cannot wait. No need to rush. And yeah, I just think overall it's going to be amazing. Well, guys, that is it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this spoiler review of Cobra Kai Season 5. I know I didn't get to every character, you know, like Kenny and Devin and Bert, which is also some of my favorite characters. Hashtag Bert for life. I love you. Owen, you do a great job. Bert, he's gonna win the tournament in season 6 or 7. Whenever they do that global tournament, you know he's gonna win. But yeah, overall, guys, that is it for the review and the video. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification bells at the top so you don't miss any of my content. More videos coming soon in the future. Don't forget to check out the podcast links. You'll see it in below or on my channel banner. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, stay spectacular, and no mercy. Catch ya.